Yes, this video I have done 3 times, deleted every time because of a number of reasons. But when I had someone come to me who's not a Christian and ask about the atheistic minister in the United Church of Canada, I said, I gotta do a video on this. Her name is Gretta Vosper. Now I want to start this out with saying I have no hatred of the United Church. I grew up in the United Church, and the United Church people, specifically the rural Canadian United Church people I've met, have been some of the most wonderful people I've met in my life, and in the start of my ministry were very supportive. Albeit the head office, the bureaucracy and the politics of the United Church is probably some of the worst people I've ever met in my life. And of course, I just basically left the United Church. I said, I really don't agree with anything that they believe. And they came to me, actually, in the United Church, said, why do you want to be here? We don't really want you, and we think you're a weird Christian. The United Church is in a very peculiar situation. They are having to deal with a minister who is claiming to be an atheist and is going to sue them and continue to fight her case in court because she thinks she should still be a United Church minister. I want to look at it from 2 angles here. I want to look at it from Gretta Vosper's angle as an atheist wanting to be a minister. I can say with absolute confidence and a surety that Gretta Vosper is not called to ministry in any church with her present position that she's actually an atheist. First, atheism is the most dishonest intellectual position to be in. But it's even more intellectually dishonest to be in a church and call yourself a pastor when you don't even believe in God. And really the motivation behind it, because it's the only thing that to me makes sense, is that she wants to sell more of her books and wants a paycheck because, hey, she's invested some time and money, and she went to Queen's University and spent some time. She got a BA, she got a Master's of Divinity. She spent some time and money getting her education, and she still wants to, quote unquote, use it, even though she doesn't believe anything that she probably learned in school. I wanted to look at it as well from the angle of the United Church. And again, I have no bitterness towards the denomination. I could care less if they exist next year or if they continue to exist for 200 more years or whatever. But the United Church has breeded this kind of nonsense when they have continually to break down biblical authority, where they continue to break down the Christian message, basically that you can come and believe whatever you want and you're accepted in the United Church and you're a child of God. That's the message they continue to teach and continue to say. I heard it when I was a kid. No matter what, I'm a child of God. If I want to live as a child of God, good for me. If I don't, I'm still a child of God. The United Church is not a church anymore anyways. I'm shocked that there aren't more ministers that are atheists. In fact, Gretta Vosper recently in her interview with CBC said that she thought up towards to 50% of ministers in the United Church were atheists, and a lot were involved in what we call the clergy project. That's more believable to me that there's 50% atheistic ministers than there's 50% Christians ministers in the United Church. But anywho, it's a very precarious situation to have an atheist, someone who does not believe in God, think that they should be a pastor. But it's even more precarious and bizarre that the church hasn't dealt with her sooner. They've allowed this to stir and to stew, and now she claims that she's been offended by how she's been treated. Anyways, my take on Gretta Vosper is she needs to leave the denomination, but as well, the United Church, you need to return back to the biblical principles that you once held back in the early 1900s, and you need to return to Jesus Christ. And that's my thoughts on Gretta and the United Church. Thanks for watching.